Hey guys, welcome to another episode of DINE by Design, where I share useful tips that help move your food and beverage business forward. So I'm coming to you from my living room today. My dog is home. He's occupied with a bone right now, but he may make an appearance, so I apologize in advance if he does, but he's pretty cute. All right, so today I'm going to talk to you about the 5 people that you should know before you sign a commercial lease. And although the majority of our work is in the food and beverage industry, bars, restaurants, coffee shops, this applies to anybody looking for a commercial space. So let's just get to it. So the first is a banker or lender. It's good to get the conversation started early on before you start looking at spaces so that you can get an estimate of what you qualify for. If you don't have investor backing, then you're probably going to have to rely on a loan to fund this entire project. So get a good preliminary number, and this is kind of an ongoing conversation. So a couple of the other people that I'm going to mention after the banker are people that you'll have conversations with that can help you determine a harder number that you can go back to the bank for. So that's number 1. 2 is an insurance agent. So restaurants are exposed to a wide range of risks, whether you're serving alcohol or you're cooking on open flame. Each business is exposed to different types of risks, which means different types of required insurance. So it's really good to get the conversation started early on to figure out what expense you have to set aside for the most important thing, insurance. All right, 3 is an inspector. Don't sign a lease on a space until you've had a commercial real estate inspector inspect the entire building. What they typically look out for are things that might need repair in the next 5 years. So the AC unit might be a little older, and if that's the case, then that's something they'll make you aware of, and you could take it to the landlord and start to negotiate a rate based on the fact that the air conditioning needs to be changed. And there's a multitude of things I'd be looking at, so make sure you work with a commercial real estate inspector before you sign the lease. 3rd is, voila, interior designers. So I'm going to group architects in this as well, because we all work together to really help you out in the process. But it's good to get an interior designer and architect involved early on so that we can help evaluate the space that you're looking at. You may have an idea for functions and spaces, and with our knowledge of square footage and flow, we can take a look at the space and say, yes, this is going to work for you, or no, this is not going to work. You should probably continue to look for spaces. The other thing we can look at is help you evaluate what your build out is going to look like. And although we are not responsible for providing you with a hard number, what we can provide you with is an estimate on our fees, but also an estimate on what materials we can salvage and reuse, or what needs to be added to the space. And you could even engage us early on to come up with a design concept. That way you can take that to the next person on the list, which is a contractor, to help bid it out. So I'm going to jump into 5. 5 is to work with a contractor who can give you a preliminary bid on your build out. And again, I think this is a working conversation. If you get someone engaged early on, they can give you a good number based on the existing space. And once you work out all the details, they're already invested in your project, they've got all the knowledge they need, they could probably pretty quickly turn around an estimate of what your build out will cost. So there are the 5 people that you should know before you sign a commercial lease. Have a wonderful